What place?
First.
First, you cheeky booger. Nice race. Good job, sweetie.
In a world where dreams ignite the engines of possibility, Lacy Kuehl defies the odds and embarks on a remarkable journey that will test the very limits of her spirit. As a Florida native, she races not only for victory, but also for a cause greater than herself. Lacy Kuehl has been blazing a trail on the racetrack since 2014, but her purpose extends far beyond the finish line. With her charity Drive for Diabetes Awareness, Lacy races to spread awareness about the symptoms of diabetes and to honor the survivors of diabetic ketoacidosis. Driven by a personal tragedy, Lacy's mission is to ensure that no family suffers the devastating loss she experienced. In 2010, her baby brother Rocco lost his life to DKA just 2 weeks after his first birthday. Misdiagnosed with the virus, his condition worsened, leaving an indelible mark on Lacy's heart. Lacy is determined to represent her charity on the grandest stage for the very first time, the Alaskan Junior Iditarod. Guided by the memory of Rocco, Lacy's determination knows no bounds. She defies expectations, blazes her own trail, and races with a purpose that ignites a flame in the hearts of all who witness her remarkable journey. This is her story.
It usually takes about 2 years to train somebody up to actually run a dog team in a race.
In all honesty, she's not the first young person I've asked if she'd be interested. She's the first one to say, yeah.
She had this drive in her that people her age just don't really have.
From sand to snow, from driver to musher, from Florida to Alaska.
So originally I was invited by the Torque Memorial Foundation, Tyron Torkelson.
The Torkelson Memorial Foundation was started in honor of my brother, Mark Torkelson. Avid snowmobile racer up here in Alaska. He raced the Iron Dog 18 times. He won it in 1989 with Scott Davis on Yamaha snowmobiles. And we were just trying to honor his name a little bit and keep a tradition going that he loves snowmobiling, helping hand. He is known as the greatest field mechanic alive. We just started the foundation to continue what he was doing. It's all about the kids and snowmobiling and snowcross, and my nephew Travis Torkelson has probably sponsored about 200 kids in snowmobiling. And they run the Torque sticker on their sled and they love it. The Kuehl family, across my news feed on Facebook, Lacy Kuehl's Racing came across, and so I started watching it. The more I watched it, the more content came to me. And then I started messaging, hey, where's this at? Where are you guys at? What's the track record? How fast you guys going? And then Brent's like, man, I'd love to come to Alaska and race.
My dad messaged him and they started contacting each other about racing in Alaska. So they flew me up here. We had a whole bunch of people, the whole community in Alaska came together to get me a car ready, Airbnb flights, everything.
And with some of my sponsors, within 10 minutes, we pretty much had everything but the airline tickets. Michelle Lackey, the lady who runs Alaska Raceway Park, and Erica, they got housing, car rental, Bomer with Bomer Services. They donated a car. And then Bill's Distributing with 907 wraps, put a wrap on it just like she has down in the States.
Lacy's gonna go on, take some laps. Track's still a little bit wet, but she just
gonna get in the car and do a shakedown.
Hi guys, Lacy Kuehl here. Races at Alaska Raceway Park have been canceled due to rain.
We unfortunately got rained out the 2 weekends that we were here. And since that happened, I was invited by a fellow racer who is also a musher, Nicholas Petit.
The mushing community is a pretty tight-knit community, and Scott Jansen, or we all call him the mushing mortician, after he was done running dogs, he started racing race cars with Lance Mackey, who's a famous Iditarod musher, who's won the Iditarod and the Quest 4 times each in a row. Mushing led me to the racetrack to support my friends, and those guys put me behind the car and said I can drive Lance's car because Lance wanted me to drive it. That's how I met Lacy. She passed me a few times around the track.
Nick, when it comes to racing, I'll give him some more tips. He's a musher. He goes out there and has fun racing the car.
So we had a rain out at the racetrack, and so I offered all those guys to come on over and experience what I do for a living in the summertime. I do a dog tour. So I gave the whole crew a free ride and showed them what we do. And then I mentioned that there's a race called the Junior Iditarod.
Thought that Nick was crazy, which he is, just a little bit, but it's okay. And 3 days I was at the kennel.
She came to scoop poop for 3-4 days and said yes.
The reason I said yes was because of the dogs. I'm a dog lover. We have Ketone, our 105-pound German Shepherd, back at home, and the dogs really grab your heart, and I thought it would be an amazing experience to learn from Nick.
In all honesty, she's not the first young person I've asked if she'd be interested. She's the first one assertive enough to say, yes, I'm gonna do it. The other thing is, some people can take constructive criticism, and some people can't. And I watched her at the racetrack and not argue about we need to do this or that, just, yep, that's what needs done, we're doing it. And that's the type of person it takes.
Nick didn't train me the way I thought he would. But now that I think of it, it was a lot better way of him to train me. But that forced me to learn more on my own and how to do this stuff properly. Without him there babysitting me, telling me every second what to do. Honestly, that was really smart by Nick because there are some things I would not have been able to get through if it wasn't for that.
I get a lot of thank yous for putting her on the trail, but anybody that's running dogs of mine is putting their sweat equity into the equation. Training your dog team is about knowing that team. I drive my team, which is not the same team that she was gonna be running. The people that have been running those dogs really should be the ones that to show her the ropes on that team. We call them handlers, dog handlers. Caden and Artie, who had run that team before, took her out on her first few runs with small little dog teams because I have to drive big team to get my big team ready for all the races we do in a season. Meanwhile, the other dogs still need to go running.
There was a whole bunch of people involved in training me. I was working with Caden Foster and Artie, Lou Schrader. I was training with them really for the 40 days.
My name is Caden Foster, and I've been working with Nick here for a couple of years.
My name is Louis Schrader. I go by Lou. I'm originally from Kingston, Washington. I moved up to Alaska in the early 80s to be a Bering Sea crab fisherman.
Nick had posted that we were gonna have a junior musher sometime summer in like July, and I called him up immediately. I was like, wait, who is this? Where'd you meet this girl? And he's like, yeah, she's from Florida. She's 16 and she's gonna come up and run junior Iditarod. And I was like, you're doing what with who? And you think bringing a girl from Florida is like this great idea? She's never even seen snow. Like, are you crazy? You're gonna give her a dog team? Out of all of the 16-year-old girls that might have wanted to run a dog team, like, she was very, very driven and definitely like uniquely, I don't know, willing to do just about anything. Like, she had no issues putting in the hard work and the long days, and dog mushing isn't an easy sport.
It usually takes about 2 years to train somebody up to actually run a dog team in a race, and spending just less than 2 months teaching her, she did exceptionally well.
Especially for distance mushing, like it's a minimum of 20 miles when you go out on a training run, and that's an hour and a half of hooking up and probably 4 hours out on the trail, and then an hour and a half of unhooking and doing dog tours back at the kennel. So even with a short training run, like, it's a half-day commitment.
I like helping people that want to do things, and she was definitely on a mission. She had this inner drive in her that people her age just don't really have, and she had a mindset that she was going to do this no matter what.
Before the start, though, we did go on a run all together. So Artie and Lacy and I all went out and did a long camp, a lot like she was gonna have to do at Yetna Station.
I think Lacy that night, it might be her first time sleeping in a sleeping bag, and she was doing it just under the skies, no tent. It was just below zero temperature. That was pretty impressive. I just moved to Alaska from Miami, Florida. I spent there like 10 years, so I know how big of a difference it is between Florida and Alaska.
Okay, so Lacy Kuehl, you just got done running. You left at 6:30 yesterday, and you got back about 6:30. So tell us a little bit about it, and how was that run?
The run was fun. We were out there with Nick and Artie, and we were camping. I got like 8 hours of sleep. We kind of stayed there a while. I mean, I didn't need 8 hours, but, you know.
Did you see anything up in the sky?
Yeah, we had northern lights. Yeah, and then we were also on the Junior Iditarod Trail, which is the Iditarod Trail. And that was cool. It was when like hills. When I thought I seen a hill out here on our property where we normally run, those trails are definitely different. The hills are very steep.
It's a pretty wild experience. You could see that she was enjoying what she was doing. She really liked spending time around the dogs and learning stuff and trying new things.
I showed her how sometimes you gotta help the dogs. Push the sled, pull the sled, and get up that hill. And that, I'm pretty sure she appreciated that whole training run once she went on the race and was exposed to that hill again. It's kind of steep.
The day before the race, as anticipation fills the frosty air, every dog team must go through a meticulous checkup to ensure their fitness for the challenge that lies ahead.
Susie! Wriggle!
So, Mom,
Yes,
what do you think about all this?
this is really cool. So yeah, so you know I'm like functioning on very little sleep, but this is awesome. These dogs are amazing. She's doing a great job. My first day here, I haven't seen snow in 20-some years. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm excited. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm just like I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to see you do a thing. So I am so stoked.
I would normally let Joey go, but I'm trying to stay away from this guy. They're like each other. Oh. We moved Joey's house. Hi, Joey. Come on, Joey. Joey.
Would you have imagined that she'd be doing this?
Not in a million years, no. You know, because when I've always talked to Lacy about racing, I'm like, what would you race? She goes, I'll race anything, given the opportunity, you know? Did they ever think it would be dogs in the sled? No, never. But you know, when she decided to do it, I mean, I told her, I said, you really got to think about whether you want to do it, because this is tough. She's never been in these elements before. She was like, why would I say no? She goes, this is an opportunity. She goes, and I'm just going to go for it.
Asshole. Hi, Gold. Gold is being a little mean today.
Gold
I
was?
was surprised.
Did he pulled you and let you fall?
Yeah. And
Did you get it on camera?
Yeah, they got it on camera.
Who
And
got
then-
it? Chris?
That's very important to you.
Volunteer expert veterinarians armed with compassion and expertise meticulously examine each dog, assessing their health and well-being. It's a vital step in ensuring the safety and welfare of these incredible athletes.
What do you do?
I'm a retired veterinarian. I've been working with the junior Iditarod since '79. And these dogs are really good. They're nice.
God, good. Thank you.
Do you volunteer?
Yeah.
To help out?
Yep. And this is just, it's really nice this year. Oftentimes it's really cold standing out here.
Yes, right? Yesterday was a little too warm for me. It was raining while I was on the trail, so.
You won't see that very much.
No.
It's supposed to cool off. It's supposed to, it look like, well, it was supposed to clear up. I don't know whether it will or not.
Okay, yep, so you should be all set.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
After a thorough examination, the volunteer veterinarian gives Lacy confirmation that her team is fit and ready for the challenge that awaits them. The weight of responsibility is lifted, replaced with a sense of assurance.
Just gonna go through my sled, make sure I have everything. I'm gonna defrost my gloves, my extra gloves I have. I have a bunch of booties that, like, if the dog takes them off, like while we're racing, or when we like stop, I put my booties in here.
So this is the 46th annual Junior Iditarod. So welcome. And we have a great field of 16. Small, so you want to pull over or pull over? 8. Here, honey. 8. Oh, wait, we got a parent.
Yep.
McKenna? What size hoodie? And do you want a zipper or a pull?
The race begins on the glistening expanse of frozen Knik Lake, a stage set for epic feats of endurance and determination. Here, a symphony of sled dogs and the beating hearts of mushers merge, ready to embark on an unforgettable journey. Amid the electrifying atmosphere, Lacy Kuehl arrives at the pulsating heart of the race, the start-finish line. The culmination of her tireless efforts and unwavering determination is about to unfold. With a laser-like focus, Lacy meticulously prepares her sled and gears, ensuring that every piece is in place. Each item is essential, a lifeline connecting her to the dogs that will carry her through the frozen wilderness. In the midst of the preparations, Lacy's unwavering focus is momentarily diverted. A young fan, wide-eyed and eager, holds out a sign adored with her name. As the moment of truth arrives, Lacy Kuehl finds herself at the precipice of destiny.
For the start of the race, when I was going up to the line with the dogs, I had Caden holding the dogs, I had Nick, I had Artie, I had Doug Sheldon, Brenda. We had a whole bunch of people help me up there to the line, and I was calm. I knew that if I was calm, the dogs would be calm, because they really sense your feeling when you're on the sled with them.
With a firm grip on the sled's handlebars, Lacy feels the powerful pull of her determined sled dogs, their muscles coiled with anticipation. Their primal instincts and unwavering loyalty merge with her own fierce determination.
When they said 1, 2, 3, and then I pulled the snow hook and went, I mean, I was just going. I knew I had 75 miles to get to Etna.
One by one, the mushers are released onto the vast expanse of Knik Lake. The trail stretches out before them, a maze of ice and snow, beckoning their spirits to brave the unknown. And with each release, trackers are activated, pinging their location for family and friends to follow their progress. Lacy Kuehl's journey through the Junior Iditarod is a test of endurance and strategy as she sets her sights on reaching the crucial checkpoint at Eagle Quest Lodge. As Lacy Kuehl ventures deeper into the Alaskan wilderness, she embraces the challenges that come with the territory. Into the race, her team takes a fateful turn onto the wrong path, disrupting the steady rhythm of the journey.
So I seen, I knew there was a fellow musher behind me, and I wanted to get out the way because I knew he was faster, and I knew his team, he was going to pass me anyways, and I didn't want to be in the way. So there was a trail to the right, and I knew I didn't want to go down it. I just wanted to get the dogs off to the side, so I said Jeep, but then I realized that was a bad mistake because then they were all going to go to that trail.
Amidst the confusion, Lacy's voice resonates with authority as she commands her team to halt. However, in the midst of the mix-up, the sled line becomes tangled.
Yeah, just a tangle. You didn't fix it.
Threatening to impede her progress, she swiftly tackles the issue at hand. The unexpected unfolds. Lacy's sled tips over, burying her GoPro beneath the snow. We lose visual contact, and the lens that had captured her journey up until this point falls silent. Unaware of the technical hiccup, Lacy forges ahead. She reaches the Eagle Quest checkpoint, a pivotal milestone in the race. At the checkpoint, Lacy's focus remains on her team, ensuring their well-being and tending to their needs. The race continues, and she embarks on the next leg, her eyes fixed on the horizon, her team propelled by the bonds forged on the trail. 8 long hours after the mishap.
Alright, so I think the battery's been dead this whole time. I just realized on the GoPro. But, yep, we're almost to Yetna.
During a strategic 2-hour camp, as instructed by her trainer, Nicholas Petit, Lacy seizes the opportunity to gather her strength and fortify her team.
I had to camp for about 2 hours. I was told by Nick that I should do that. Keep the dogs happy.
Mushing dogs, it's really a lot of mental, and knowing that if you take it easy now, you'll be able to maintain your speed. If you go look at the tracker, that girl did exactly what she was supposed to do. Take it easy, camp, long enough to make sure that the trip home would be a fun trip where we could gain on others versus being caught up.
Amidst the serene grandeur of the Alaskan wilderness, the temperature is dropped to a bone-chilling minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit, testing the mettle of both musher and dogs alike. As the hours wear on, Lacy perseveres through the frigid night, her dedication unyielding. The GoPro becomes a witness to her unwavering determination, each frame telling a tale of fortitude and resilience as she navigates the trail with her loyal team. With each passing moment, the moon casts a silvery glow upon the icy expanse. Lacy's journey becomes a testament to her unrelenting spirit as she forges onward, pushing through the challenges that have befallen her. Finally, at 11 p.m., the hour of endurance and determination, Lacy arrives at Yetna Station. The temperature has reached its coldest point, yet her spirit blazes with unwavering resolve. Waiting to receive her are the race officials and a familiar face, Lou Schrader, one of her mentors during training.
Lacy. Hey, Lou. You made it. I know. Nick said the camp 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna listen in there.
No, they look good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're happy.
They always are with you.
All right, guys.
Well, I was out at Yetna Station more as an observer than anything else. And as an observer, and they're going through their wilderness experience, they had to do things on their own. So all I could do was observe, take pictures, and that was about it. I figured out when her out time was going to be, and next morning when she was getting ready to leave, I stood up on the hill and took some pictures of her going by. All right, we just got a couple more minutes and Lacy will be leaving. She's got a super happy team. They're excited to get going. She's excited. She's got a big smile on her face. And we'll see her down on the river. Morning, everybody. Here we are at Yetna Station. It's a little after 9 o'clock. Lacy Kuehl's getting ready to pull out. You can hear her dogs in the background. She leaves at 9:19. It's minus 14 at the lodge, minus 21 down here on the river. Sun's coming up. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Leaving Yetna, we had some issues with the snow hook. I took my snow hook out, and I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a rope. I tripped on the rope, and I didn't get the snow hook when I got it undone. And then it went under the sled, so I had to stop the team, fix that. And then about 2 miles down the trail, I got really dizzy. I was like 30 seconds ahead of where I was before, somewhere around there. So I turned the team around, and I told Shuby and Bandsaw, my 2 leaders, I said, checkpoint, almost there. And then they just took me exactly where we just came back from. It was about 1.5, 2 miles away. I didn't have to tell them where to go. They already knew the trail from when we got there last night. So those dogs basically saved my life.
It is Shuby and Bandsaw who bear the weight of responsibility, tasked with leading their musher back to Yetna Station.
I was sitting on the sled with my head like this, and I didn't even know we were there yet. And I started getting really dizzy, and the sled tipped over when the dogs turned into Yetna. And I don't know if I blacked out at that point, but I'm pretty sure I woke up again. I had people holding the dogs. I flipped the sled back, And then I had someone holding my sled with the brakes with the dogs.
I'd gone to bed the night before after I've spoken to her dad on the phone, Brent, and everything was great, you know. She was gonna leave in the morning, 10 hours later. So he calls me in the morning and so she just left. The dogs look great. But then she turned around and she's coming back. We don't know why, but like, I don't have kids. That's the closest to having a kid I ever had. I mean, I got dogs, my kids. But it's one more responsibility in my mind. There's a young person out there.
Really, I thought when I got in the station, I was really worried. I was wondering if my team was okay. I had some high Kool-Aid, I had a whole bunch of food. I still don't know what happened to me out there or why this happened. But yeah, I knew the team could have made it. I feel really bad because I know the dogs would have enjoyed running the whole way back. We did have the race marshal Dakota run them 30 miles to Eagle Quest. Sucks that we didn't get to finish. I know we could have finished if we didn't have that some health issues, but.
Here's the deal. You can act like a tough person and just persevere. But that tough-minded person that persevered, that might have should have turned around and went back, can be in real peril out there. Yeah, it's peril for the person, but they're tough-minded. So you're proud of the person for persevering. But if they have an issue out there because they persevered, who's also gonna be in peril? It's the dogs. So you have a medical emergency and you don't know if you're gonna be okay, you gotta get them dogs back to some place where they will be okay. So she did everything right.
This year's Blue Harness Award, there was a little bit of a medical emergency out on the trail, and this lead dog turned around and brought the team back to the checkpoint. So this award goes to Lacy's lead dog.
So right here I have the Blue Harness Award. This award was voted in by the mushers. This is for the lead dog that did something extraordinary. Basically, that's what the Blue Harness Award is for. And this was rewarded because Shuby and Bandsaw, really, I was too dizzy and lightheaded and everything to probably even find my way back on the trails to go back to Yetna. And when I told them to go to the checkpoint, this is Nick's best leader, Shuby, and then Bandsaw was right there with him, and they brought me back. So this award goes to Shuby and Bandsaw for saving my life, basically. So those dogs really, really deserve this.
I think it's really great that they considered a team that didn't make it to the finish line for getting that award. I think that's fantastic.
She wasn't feeling good and she told the leaders to turn around, which is a hard feat to turn around an 8-dog team on a narrow trail. And she told Shuby, her leader, hey, turn around. And without even a hesitation, he did it. And he made the whole team turn around without any tangles or anything. And obviously she had made some type of a bond in just that short period of training that Shuby trusted her. Because a dog just doesn't turn around just for the heck of it. That's an amazing lead dog. And the bond between the two of them had to be strong.
The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I, sorry that I could not travel both, and being just one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one trail as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then I took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, as because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden back. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how leads lead on to ways, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, as somewhere ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So kudos to all of you. I love you all. Thank you very much for having me.
So are you going to be back?
We'll see. I mean, I would like to come back, so yeah. So I'd just like to credit a couple people. I like to credit Nicholas Petit, Caden Foster, Artie, Lou Schrader. These are Rose Studios. I'd also like to thank Mike Dillard, the Green Zebra in Florida, back in Florida. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring me. You guys are awesome. A big thank you to the Torp Memorial Foundation. This would have never happened if it wasn't for you guys. A big thank you to Matt Brown with Operation Children's First. Thank you to Doug Sheldon. A big thank you to everyone that has given me tips, giving me supplies to help me. I know there was a lot of people that put stuff together. Thank you to Anna Barrington and Christy Barrington for the sled, Scott Jansen. Thank you to the Junior Iditarod committee with the trail committee and everyone that put that race together. Overall, this has been an amazing trip. We've spread brochures all around Big Lake, Anchorage, Wasilla, wherever we've gone, even Willow. I think even up to Fairbanks. So we've covered a wide variety of places in Alaska with diabetes and telling people about it. And just the mushing community, you guys are awesome. To everyone that I raced against was so nice. The mushers, they're amazing people, and you can really tell that they love their dogs and that they care for them. So it's been an amazing experience. Remember to check, don't guess, it may not be the flu, and continue to spread diabetes awareness all over the U.S. and all over the world, hopefully in the future. I will see you guys later. Bye.